Hey everyone, it is Shannon and I'm here to do a Friday Reads video on Good Friday. Happy Easter weekend to those that celebrate, and just let's just enjoy bunnies because why not? They're so cute. Um, so how I do my Friday Reads videos is I share the books that I finished, the books I started, and anything interesting about books that I'm carrying over week to the week. This week it is mostly, I did finish 2 works, but they were both graphic works. Most of the prose works I'm just like, it is just a slow crawl. It's just a little bunny hop. Bunnies could read faster than me these days, actually. So I'm just slowly working through a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll get to that in a sec. I do want to just check in on, share how things are going here, and ask how things are going where people are. And if you're only interested in book talk and do not want to talk about world events, don't want to hear about it, that's totally fine. I will leave a jump cut in the description box below where I go right to the books. But so far here in Toronto or in Canada, the word is similar to last week: stay at home, only go out for food, like grocery shopping, picking up medication, or for medical appointments. That is it. And keep grocery shopping to less than once a week if you can. And I think most places, I don't know if this is stores or the suggestion generally is to have one person be the shopper for the family. That definitely does involve complications, especially if people have limitations, but I understand the reasoning behind it. But I think that's being more implemented by stores, but I'm not sure. So far I've been able to get delivery and get help for food, or go somewhere. I have somewhere close for staples, not like staples, but like that I can get milk, bread, and maybe snacks. I don't know. Maybe that's someone else buying those, but just sort of like those kinds of essentials. I have somewhere very close I can do that. It's a smaller place, so it's just a convenience store. So anyway, so the message is sort of like the same, but we did get the word this week here in Canada that it looks like these measures will be probably throughout the entirety of spring. It's all about whether we comply, how long these measures will be, and also that things will be different until there's a vaccine, and who knows when that'll be. So that's a bit tough to hear, I will admit, and because the impact on this is great, not great like wonderful, but like it's a large impact in terms of great. So that was tough. So this week was a bit tough. I actually found there was one day this week I was just done. I was just done with everything. I was just like, done with this, done with that. I was really grumpy. I didn't even do my morning pages, which, those two things often go hand in hand, which is 3 longhand writing pages. I do them in the morning when I show on Instagram, like that I'm writing. That's what they are. It's just stream of consciousness, 3 pages, get it out. I find it such a centering practice, and it's from The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, which is a book. So let's get back to books. So, and feel free to, I would love to hear how you are doing, and if you want to share what the measures are where you are, because it's interesting to see. I do track the numbers in terms of the cases and the deaths, as well as the recovery. And here in Canada, we've already had 5,000 people recover, which is extraordinary. And I think it's also important to look at that number too, because that number gives me hope. The other ones can freak me out, but I think it's important. I'm a numbers person, and knowing and having something to track that's like raw data centers me. So that's why I do it. So, everyone does different things. And so anyway, let's get to the books. Actually, just before I get to the books, this is my sweater. I made this. I know it's black and you can't see a V-neck. The neck is like way higher than I thought it was going to be, so learning there. It's fine. When I wear it, it's fine. When I see it, I'm like, oh, I'd prefer a deeper V. And it's a raglan sleeve. Where's it going to go? Oh, my hair's in the way. My hair's in the way. See, it's a raglan sleeve, top down, all one-piece sweater, and so the only thing that was not attached was I had to pick up stitches for the neck, and I think it turned out really well. But this is black, you can't really tell, but I'm so happy. And for goodness gracious, it's 3 degrees Celsius out, so I might as well wear my sweater even though it is April. So anyway, all right, let's finally get to the books. That's what these videos are about, right? Anyway, okay, so I did finish a couple things this week. It didn't feel like it, but I did. I finished Usagi Yojimbo Saga Volume 2, and this is, they're so good. So this follows a Rabbit, hey, thematic. Samurai, Yojimbo, Ronin, so masterless samurai, I think that's correct. And I started this last year for my A to Z graphic novel challenge, graphic novel and manga challenge. I love it. It's just, they're animals, they're stories of, the sagas are different than the volumes. I think the sagas collect like themed stories throughout the volumes. I'm not quite sure, but so far I've been reading the sagas, but they are like 600 plus pages, so they take me a while. So I finally finished one. I did feel like an accomplishment, and they're like adventure stories, helping people, saving people, hunting things. Sorry. Family business. Okay. Shannon Center. The people who know what I'm talking about. I am not up to date, so I'm not going to say what it is out loud. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. I had to renew it to finish it, but I finished it, so yay me. I also finished, this one I might have finished last week, Gotham Academy Volume 1, as well as Volume 2. Volume 2 is the one that I finished this week, and I think it's really a two-part volume because there is a third one, but it's called like Yearbook or something, and it looks like it's reflections. This one it was kind of random choice. It follows this character, I can't even remember her name, and she's a student at Gotham Academy. It's sort of in the DC universe, Batman, like Bruce Wayne is in it tangentially. So it's kids that go to like a Hogwarts near Gotham City, so that's sort of the idea. I'm sure they're not thinking Hogwarts, but just explaining it's a school where people have, oh, well, she seems to have abilities. I don't know. I thought it was okay. I liked there's a character called Maps who's a friend. I think it's her ex-boyfriend's younger sister, and Maps was awesome. I loved Maps so much. So she was like totally like kept me going in this story. But I thought it was okay. I guess I haven't been reading a lot of graphic novels, and I really liked Becky Cloonan, I think that's her name. There was a graphic novel I read of hers earlier in the year called something by Chance or Providence or something, and it was extraordinary. So that's why I ended up picking this one, and I thought it was okay. She co-wrote this with Brenden Fletcher. I think that's how it works. And so yeah, it didn't super resonate with me. I didn't have any problem with it. It was very, a bit more younger audience, and I think it's probably YA, and it's fine. I guess I'm not a huge DC person. I just feel like there's always often references to things, and I'm like, this is a volume 1, I should understand everything, and I'm like, am I? And then is it a mystery of the story, or am I missing something? I don't know. So anyway, that is one thing, great. That's something I read. I finished it. Some other stuff I am currently reading. I am reading Nancy Drew and the Secret of the Old Clock. This is the first in the original Nancy Drew mystery stories series. And I read book 3 for March Mystery Madness, and I read book 2 years ago, and I put a hold on The Secret of the Old Clock at the beginning of March, but it came in later in the month, so I'm reading it now. It's okay. I don't know how I feel about the Nancy Drew stories. There are some things that are really awesome about it, that they were written in the 30s, and they follow a female protagonist who, like, is so adventurously spirited, and, has her own car, and drives around, and does stuff, and, like, so there's something to there, but I don't know how I feel about them generally, so I don't know. I'm just gonna keep reading until I figure out how I feel about it. So, but I think I'm about halfway through, and I'm like, when are they gonna find the clock, or what is with the clock, or whatever? So I'm being a little impatient, but they're nice in terms of they are low energy, and with everything that's going on, it's nice to have something that feels normal, and they feel normal, like they feel like safe, so that is, I think I'm trying to find some reads that feel that way, and so far these do work for that, so yay for Nancy Drew. What else we got? So another Becky Cloonan, this is Channel Zero, and so this is by Brian Wood with Becky Cloonan, once I read that other one by her, I was like, just look through Hoopla and like, borrow. So Channel Zero, this one is really cool. I love the art in this one. It's a sort of cyberpunk tale, following a character It's set in, maybe I'll save talking about it till when I'm actually done it, but just to give a little context, it's set in the States at a time where they have complete media blackout of anything outside the US, and the information they get from the media is kind of like propaganda level, like nothing contentious at all. And so it follows a character that tries to buck the system and make people aware of what's really going on. I'm really enjoying it. The version I have is like the complete collection, so it's quite long. Well, it's like 260 pages, but it's got very small text, and it kind of looks like a zine, very high contrast. It's just black and white, and then has text, and the text is like typewriter style. Sometimes it varies, but I'm really enjoying it, so that's something else that I am in the middle of. I'm also continuing The Gods of Mars. I feel like I will never finish this. I'm also continuing Caressed by Ice by Nalini Singh. Those are both from my Stacking the series, and I do feel like I am never going to finish them. For some reason, they are both taking me so long to read. Something I'm reading a little bit faster is Making Comics by Linda Berry. Oh, I love Linda Berry. She is an artist, illustrator, comic book creator, and art educator, and I've read several books from hers. This is similar to Syllabus in the fact that it is actually a syllabus, like it. It's so great. It's so great. And like I'm trying to find a page where she actually like she. It's so good. So awesome. But it's actually instructive too. Like she will give you examples. Like yesterday I sat down and did drawings that were recommended. And she gives examples of the... Oh, wow, I'm not being very... Okay, so here we go. So that's sort of more 4 drawings in 12 minutes. And so I did that. I listened to DJ Nice on Instagram Live and did some drawings, and I was so very happy. So I plan on continuing that. It's a combination of like talking about the classes that she's taught and, you know, some of the things that happen in students, and she shares a lot of the drawings of the students and then also gives exercises for you to do as well. But it is a bit of an untraditional format because there's lots of talking, and she has a very interesting perspective on, I always have to watch her, I think it's a TED Talk, about what it is, like what a thing is, and thought and image, and very closely related image and story and stuff. And it is a concept that when I get it, I get it, and then it goes away. It goes away. So, but I know that I have like, I have like the video like bookmarks so I can go back and rewatch it and re-understand what it is. Anyway, that has been really wonderful to get back to doing some art. I've also been trying to draw a bird daily. I'm a couple days behind, but art is another thing that keeps me centered. So doing some drawing. I had just a blast sitting there doing some drawings yesterday. So that was really wonderful amidst all of this. So I'm really enjoying this book. Another book that I'm reading physically is Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. Interesting time to read this. This is for the BookTube Rereadathon. I read this many years ago. It is yellowed from, like, I bought this originally. I think it even has a transfer in it for any Torontonians. So it's a Young Station transfer. I don't think it has the year. You can barely see it. July 7th at 5:13 p.m. So that's how old it is. That's not what transfers look like anymore. So I am enjoying this. This is a dystopic novel set in a future where firemen actually burn books. Books are a banned thing, and so they burn books. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to try and finish it this weekend because the book that I'm hoping to start is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jane Kristoff. This is the first in the Illuminae files. This one I am buddy reading with Izzy from Punk Art Girl PA. It is, she'll be doing a live show on April 27th. So if you haven't read it and you want to read it, now is the time. Or even if you have read it, feel free to reread it and join in on this buddy read. Because hopefully, I imagine we will read the whole series if we all like the book. And yeah, so this is a chunker. It is in a different format, so it's a combination of documents and stuff like that. But it is a larger text. It's 600 pages, so I want to give myself 2 weeks to read it. So this weekend, I hope to finish this and start this. I don't know how related they are. Like, this is dystopic, which is often classified as sci-fi, and this is classified as sci-fi. And I did read the first 50 pages at some point, and they felt similar enough that I don't want to read them at the same time. So that is my plan. Finish that, read this. So yeah, and of course, read more making comics. And I would really love to finish Gods of War this week. I think Crest by Ice will probably take me another week at least. I'm reading it very slowly. I'm only about 50%. I am enjoying it. I just read Nalini Singh's slowly. I don't know why, but I do. It's just the truth. So, you know, the truth is a good thing. It's good to know what the truth is. Yeah, so there you go. Those are the books that I am reading. Feel free to let me know the books that you are reading this weekend. And I hope that you have an awesome Easter weekend for those who celebrate bunnies. Because bunnies! You do not need a reason for cute bunnies. Videos coming out. I plan on filming a March reflection video. I haven't done a goals video this year because I started doing vlogs in April, so I'm kind of not exactly sure how to do my reflection video. I also plan to do my Stacking the Series TBR for romance, which is taking longer to do the prep work because it's a lot of series. And then I might do an everything that's on my TBR video because I haven't been doing videos, so that might be an interesting place to sort of like start, even though I've been doing videos for like a week now. So yeah, so those are videos coming down the pipe, so just enjoy the bunny, and have a wonderful weekend.